All right, good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to a Link to the Past Randomizer League playoff game. This is Game 4 versus Bottles on Empty versus WJPDTB, which I need to very heavily concentrate on reading every time. I'm joined tonight by Nira Lighttime. How are you doing, Nira?
I am doing very well. Looking forward to this. I hope this does go to a Game 5 because I like seeing Game 5s.
Yes, indeed. So, just to explain the stakes that we have today, so this is Game 4 of the series. WJPDTB is up 2-1. So if In the Name of DT is able to pull off this race, that will be the end of the series. They will close out 3-1. And if Ninjembro wins the race, it will lead to a Game 5 between the remaining members of Bottles on Empty and WJPDTB, of which I am one of those members. So definitely going to be on the edge of my seat for this one tonight. So.
And I'm sure you'll pull off being impartial as best you can.
Oh, 100%. If I'm calming, my teammates know that I'm fully prepared to dunk on them as necessary. So.
Yeah, I think it's frowned upon if we aren't impartial.
No, no, we're good. So,
yeah, I know for one thing, I'm rooting for your team just because I want to see a Game 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're an impartial member of the audience, I mean, like,
it's Golden
I mean,
Sun.
I'm biased, but you want to root for Bottles on Empty because cheering for us is rooting for more rando, and who doesn't want more rando?
Yeah, really.
So,
I think all series should go to Game 5 just for fun.
Co-op reference is a lot of stakes today. A lot of stuff to keep track of, so I wouldn't play it unless it was for stakes. But anyway, let's explain the mode. So the mode today between these two teams is hard MC shuffle. So that means that we're playing on hard mode. That means that they're going to have one fewer sword available to them. They'll cap out at tempered sword. Any additional swords will show up as 20s. No shields.
No half magic.
No half magic. No mails. And that's most of the hard stuff. I know that there are some other things that I'm missing. But then the MC shuffle part of it is that the maps and compasses are shuffled. The keys are going to stay in their own dungeons, but the maps and compasses of each dungeon are spread out into the world, which basically just translates to every dungeon has 2 extra items. So, according to JP, half magic is still in the hard pool, so good safety and good to know. So,
also, I think we're capped at 14 hearts.
Yes, that is also a thing. So, other than that, it's just get 7 crystals, kill Ganon, and which will not be done with silver arrows. And looks like we are off.
Yep, and that's the map to Skullwoods.
Yep, maps definitely still have some utility. Maps will tell our runners what the prize is for the dungeon. If they either walk into the dungeon or do a map check. So, you'll definitely see runners picking up any maps that they find that are out of the way just to get that info.
And we get bomb drops.
Yeah, that's probably the most desirable pack that is available from the Tier 1 tree pool. So good to see that early, and our runners won't be struggling for bombs.
Yep, and we gotta pause there just to get the streams lined up. And in Uncle's chest is 20 rubies, and on Uncle we have 20 rubies.
Just getting my screen arranged a little bit in the Discord restream. So Ninjembro looks like he's off to farm more bombs. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, doesn't hurt to have more. And 20 rubies in the sanctuary.
And he's still going. He's going into escape. Interesting
Interesting call there. you can do the back of or the front of escape with just 6 bombs.
Yeah, and Ninjembro is definitely able to do that. But I mean, I guess prioritizing it in MC Shuffle makes a little more sense. There is a map that's normally in Hyrule Castle, so that means 1 extra item here than normal.
Of course, we do know we'll get 2 guaranteed keys here. Or no, that's a shield. We're not going to need Aghanim 1 for a shield.
Yep, so that's good to see Aga is dead. Question in chat for MC Shuffle. I did just answer that, but you know, I'm sure it'll come up quite a bit since it's a pretty uncommon mode. The maps and compasses are shuffled into the item pool. That just means basically 2 extra items per dungeon. In the case of the Hyrule Castle that Ninjembro's in, it means 1 extra item in this dungeon because the map that's usually here is out in the world somewhere.
And there's the compass. The Ice Palace. And there's Ether. Uh-oh.
Ether Medallion and Escape. That's we don't know. We won't know for a while how important that is, but definitely something to keep in mind.
Yep, if both or either of those dungeons at Turtle Rock or Mire requires that, and it's a crystal, oof. I do like the fact that the Kakariko music is Veil from Golden Suns.
Yeah, I have never actually played the Golden Sun series, but I have watched DT race a few times, and he's been using pretty much exclusively this MSU, so definitely a pleasure to listen to. As DT pulls a glove.
Power glove, flippers, 10 arrows, and 20 rubies.
CAC paying out as it usually does in some way, shape, or form.
What seeds have you been seeing lately?
Hey! I mean, in open it's all right. I mean, key sanity is a bit different. Ninjembro not going up to scout Lumberjack and see that useless shield there. It's a pretty common play for him. He'll probably go check it later when he does Mountain or something.
Yep, and in the well we have a heart container. The book. 300 rubies, the flute, and 50. What are we gonna find the boots on Bottle Vendor?
Yeah, we get 2 useful items out of Blindside and 2 useful items out of the well, so this is pretty good even for CAC as the cane gets pulled from the Bottle Merchant as well. So.
Well, I said it would be a red. I said a red item. It was red.
Your item senses were tingling, just a little off.
Yeah.
As DT correctly stops to summon the duck, the hardest part about using the flute. Just, you know, remembering to do that.
Yep. Having a tracker helps though.
It doesn't. I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't help me. So.
Oh, the one I use, it tells you if you have the flute activated or not.
Unless I had some type of tracking function that was like literally like yelling into my ears, like go activate the flute, it wouldn't matter. I would find a way to forget. It's just part of who I am. I don't know.
And that's the map to Thieves Town.
So yeah, you might have some incentive of checking that basically as soon as you hit Dark World. It gives you some good routing information to know, especially those 2 dungeons, Swamp and Thieves Town being basically right next to each other, as to whether they're pendants or crystals. And welcome.
It was Skull Woods, that was the other one. Also, yeah, welcome to SpeedGaming 2. Yeah,
welcome to our raiders from SpeedGaming 2. Catching the race on that channel. If you're just joining us, we are doing hard MC Shuffle today. And both runners are just clearing out Kakariko. And the only real we've had a little divergence already, which is kind of unusual for a mode like this. that Ninjembro has already done the front of escape and found the ether medallion. So question in chat about MC Shuffle. Does it mean the dungeons are less likely to have useful items?
Well, see how we just found the hammer? Maybe.
Well, this overworld's been pretty rich, but I don't know if that's a general thing. But basically, all that it means in terms of routing is that every dungeon will have 2 extra items than it normally does because the map and the compass from that dungeon are out in the world. So, for instance, in regular open mode, Pod has 5 available items. In this mode, it'll have 7. So that's really the main consequence of the MC Shuffle. And we're already getting some calls for Jet Seed, which, I mean, we've got a real nice layout coming out of just CAC and South Shore, so the mini Moldorm Cave bringing us back to normal.
Yeah, mini Moldorm's like, we gotta humble you guys a little bit.
Yeah, those bombs can be a real problem, so.
Yeah, you could. Oh, there is a sword on Desert Ledge.
Yeah, and DT can just go get it because of that book that we found in CAC. So, yeah, no struggles for items in this early game.
And Ninjembro got his hammer.
More wonderful Golden Sun music. All of this music is hyper chill, so very different than my MSU philosophy, which is like stay awake.
Oh, there's another.
Whoa! All right.
Playing out. That also means, though, that this dungeon is boots locked.
Yes, it does.
Because that means the small key or the big key is on the torch.
Yeah, and that's might actually, that idea that the dungeon is boots locked and Ninjembro might want to think about clearing it might keep him away from this a little bit longer. We'll see what he decides to do as DT is about to head over to Agina.
Yeah, we have found 2 swords already, not even 10 minutes in. Are we going to find the third one here?
Yeah, I mean, basically all we need to really, get this seed hopping is the Moon Pearl. So, yeah, Ninjembro going to Ice Rod Cave again for stalling the trip into desert, hoping to find boots or a fire source or both. So.
Yeah, hard has only up to tempered.
If I remember correctly, I asked about this in another chat. I believe that there are still 4 swords seeded into the seed, but after you find the tempered sword, the next sword will just appear as a green 20. Is that correct?
Yeah. Also, we're getting a look at the back of Escape.
Yeah, and this is definitely available as... And DT opting not to go for Dark Cross either. With that glove, back of Escape is definitely available. Ninjembro is gonna farm up for Zora here.
He'll also then get plenty of money from Waterfall Fairy. Just watch.
Always happens.
Oh, is WJP doing Houlihan? Yep, that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, DT doing the bomb Houlihan setup. It's pretty quick, and once you have the flippers, it's basically one of the few ways to do it. So his farm is going to be a little bit quicker here. Kind of interested to see why Ninjembro chose to do it this way. So, especially not even checking back of Escape either. Right, so we're again splitting up checks a little bit. DT opting to go straight for Zora, while Ninjembro is a little more thorough,
Oh, that's the shovel.
opting to check the hobo first. Ninjembro will be getting that shovel in a short time here.
I don't really blame Ninjembro doing this, because he can flute back down to 8 faster than he could swim.
And there's our pearl. And so here we go.
He did not flute down to 8.
Nope.
Oh, is he checking the island?
Yeah, that's probably his incentive for swimming down, and totally having nothing to do with forgetting the flute or anything.
And 20 rupees. And on King Zora, we have a scam.
Yeah, and Mr. Angry Pants in chat pointing out that might really keep Ninjembro away from swords for a while, because now he just has dark. So again, that ether medallion, we don't know the value of it yet, but you know, quick Dark World access is definitely something that could keep DT away from it for a long time. So we'll see how that plays out as the seed progresses.
You know, we can say though that having that hammer, at least he's got tempered sword damage. And 6 crystal is ice.
Yes, and the other 2 maps that we got, Skullwoods and Thieves Town, also turned out to be crystals today. So yes. We know 3 of our 7 required crystals.
Yep, I was looking for the 5-6 more because they were more important. There's the first bottle, a compass to Turtle Rock, 300 more rubies, and the bomb. And Ninjembro just got his Moon Pearl. So Hype Cave, I would give that 2.2 out of 10.
A little money never hurts, but I mean, you already did Zora, so I mean, who really cares at this point?
Yeah, especially if you don't know what you're. Oh, we're going to see the other 5-6 is Pod.
Right, so that's 4 of our 7 required crystals. No knowledge on our pendants yet.
We could have full pendant light world.
That'd be pretty cool. And Ninjembro also opting to skip Dark Cross on the basis that I guess it's slow and not in logic, so... Looks like Ninjembro is basically continuing to follow in DT's footsteps pretty much everywhere here. We'll see if after Hype Cave he decides to go up or over towards the Dig Game and Stumpy.
That looked like 50 rubies.
Yep. And so DT is headed to Catfish.
Can't really blame him for that.
Now, neither runner was really interested in checking that shovel either.
Can't really blame them on that either.
I'll get to it when I get to
it. If you're gonna do blacksmith chain.
Yep. I mean, you know, it's just a personal choice, but you know, just interesting that both runners chose the same.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get that Dark World access, it's hard to resist getting to Dark World as fast as possible.
I think we're gonna find a piece of heart on Catfish. We never find anything useful on it.
So Ninjembro is going left, so we have a little bit of divergence here. He's going to be checking Stumpy and the Dig Game, whereas Catfish is going to also scam us.
Well, it's not a scam if he didn't charge us money.
I mean, time is money, and let's be honest, Catfish takes a long time, so I'm calling it a scam. They're in cahoots. They're both peddling fivers.
Well, technically Zora was a scam, and technically not, because we still got something off Zora Ledge. There's the fire rod.
All right, so That's part of the Desert Palace completion puzzle as well.
Yep.
So we'll see when Ninjembro gets back to that. I mean, it's basically the next time they flute to 3 will be the next time they get to that. So hopefully soon.
Now, DT can complete Skull Woods right now.
That is true. And we know that that's a crystal, so I would fully expect them to do so. And now we get the shuffle check.
He actually can do finish Thieves Town too, actually.
Yeah, full completion of both dungeons available, and both are crystals. That's, you know, excellent news for our runners in terms of how fast they expect to finish this one.
Yep. Yeah, just like chat said, both swords were in the desert.
Alright, so Ninjembro about to get his fire rod.
Yep,
and so...
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. It just, like, it seems like Ninjembro is, you know, up checks, but down, you know, progress towards completable dungeons. So that's kind of the way the first 20 minutes or so have played out.
I'm surprised DT didn't grab that magic refill.
Yeah, we'll see how the back of Skullwood's magic situation plays out. There's a couple of pots on the way. He's gonna have to use one shot to get in.
Oh wait,
He's gonna need 3.
They have a green bottle refill.
Oh, nice. Heads up. Yeah, that was what was in that bottle, so that definitely matters. And we'll see if DT remembers that and utilizes it here. And yeah, unsurprisingly, oh, nope. Ninjembro is gonna very slowly lift all of these things instead of going into Skullwoods.
That's the hook shot.
Oh, baby. Is it too?
He's also not doing a death warp.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that probably would have been quicker on 3 hearts, but you know, it's not that much slower to walk out.
Yeah. Also, just 120 rubies inside of the chest game.
And this is DT's plan for getting the magic. That's also fine.
It won't hurt him to die here to get more magic either, though. Also, in the brewery is another piece of art. Ooh, double kill.
Yep, and just enough shots to get through that. So this is Berry Lock. This is a Golden Sun MSU for DT that we're listening to right now. Nice kill on that Jibdo. Just 2 hits off the spikes. They do take spike damage.
That's Titan's Mitts.
As Ninjembro picks up Titan's Mitts. Alright, so we have a 4-heart moth fight going on here, which can be dicey. Looks like DT. Wow, that was really nice.
Also, yeah, that was a very nice find though in Thieves Town as well, though. You're never gonna say no to early Titan's Mitts.
No, yeah, that's nice. That also gives us mire access. So, as we also find the map to Turtle Rock, so we'll have knowledge of that coming up pretty soon. So we might have knowledge of how relevant that Ether Medallion is going to be sooner rather than later. So
we also
excited.
just found the second most useless map in the game.
Yep. Ganon's Tower actually does nothing except, you know, give you normal map functionality inside Ganon's Tower. And if you're checking the map to see where to go in Ganon's Tower in the playoffs of League, then I don't have much confidence in you.
Yep, the map. I could, like, even when I used to use the maps, I couldn't use them. They were useless.
They were hard to read as a kid. Definitely.
They were hard to read as an adult.
Speak for yourself. But anyway, so
well, I was just mean.
Anyway, yeah. So, DT picks up the big key and then is gonna just take a death and get the blue screen of death. Um, But that's not really a problem. He'll just go right back to where the big chest is anyway. Not a big deal.
I'm pretty sure that was on purpose.
If it wasn't, it worked out great. So.
He almost got taken away by the... What the?
Setting up a bomb setup, which is his mouse cursor in the right place? Clippy will tell us. And no, it was, so.
I know, but his character acted like it just got shocked by the jelly.
It does that.
He didn't hit the jelly though.
Oh, I didn't. I just assumed he did. I was kind of watching both screens and heard the sound effect and just assumed. But yeah, so Ninjembro is gonna have a lot more health going into his moth fight, assuming that he does that next. I think that was part of the incentive to come here to Thieves Town first.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier. The boss fight is a little bit easier, though he does not have a sword, so he will not be on script.
No,
oh, and that's true. Penny Royal Oil bringing up that Ninjembro cannot do moth because he can't cut the cloth. Good point.
Yep. Also, small key in Thieves Town is locked behind locked in the big chest.
You see that pretty often, so.
Oh yeah, 9 out of 10 times it's locked in there. It seems like.
Yeah, so this is actually getting pretty interesting, as it'll be interesting to see, since Ninjembro is probably not going to Thieves Town, or I'm sorry, not going to Skullwoods after this, with inability to clear it, when they get their hook shot, and what that leads to or does not lead to. Also, this fight getting a little dicey, but it looks like he got it, yeah.
Brilliant job on the King of Samaria strats.
Yeah, it's basically like using sword beams with no sword. It's not, and plus you can just set up the block to do multiple hits, as you saw on Ninjembro's side. So 1 crystal apiece here at 24 minutes.
I'd say it's good routing on DT's part and on Ninjembro's. Like, they both have done what they can with what they've got.
I'd say those swords and how the seed has kind of played out in a more linear fashion definitely have favored DT so far.
I think that was a pendant on Turtle Rock. Nope, it was a crystal. It
was crystal too.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Ninjembro now chasing those myths instead of going up to Skullwood, so he's going to leave that hookshot behind for a little while, at least until he gets his sword. Or swords, because one will quickly follow the other.
Unless the third sword is right here. It's not, but...
you know, hope springs eternal, so...
Yeah, Ice Rod is required, this seed.
Yeah, so... we may or may not need a mirror to do Swamp Palace. We definitely need a bow to do Pod at least. Not sure about Eastern yet. If Desert ends up being required, we're going to need the boots. But that's really about it. And so we're looking at, you know, being not too far from go mode at less than 30 minutes, which is a pretty torrid pace.
Yep, and we're getting to look at Blacksmith right now.
And doing this without the mirror it's a little bit painful, but with the flute it's not so bad.
And it's 3 bombs.
Alright, so decision time for Ninjembro. Where is he going to go?
My thoughts would be, Desert.
Alright, so he is going to go... Oh, nope, Mire area first. He's not even scouting that ledge, lol.
He's getting knowledge on Mire, or what takes to open up Mire. And it's, I think that was Bombos.
that was Bombos. So that is good news for DT.
20 rubies and a compass to Hera.
Alright, so I'm guessing if he's getting that medallion knowledge, that he might be getting the mountain knowledge next.
Except
Might
he
be giving
doesn't
us
got hook shots or mirror, so he can't go very far with mountain.
No. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, he can't see that side. So, looks like he is heading Skull Woods, maybe north.
He might be going for to see if swords or something are in here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he doesn't have that much left that's like, you know, item dense for him to do. I mean, he could head to Stahasrala, but after that, you know, kind of where do you go? You're kind of just stranded out there. So this makes sense for him, as DT has a nice blind fight, picks up his second crystal. And Ninjembro will be getting their hook shot here in just a second, and that will almost certainly pull them to the mountain.
DT getting their piece of heart out of the brewery. The swords were on Desert Ledge and inside of Desert.
And Ninjembro was a mere hop, skip, and a jump when he fluted to 6 from seeing that sword and getting pulled there. But he didn't know that, so... Right, so DT is going to clean up these 2 south checks. And maybe get the smith as well? Probably, I'd imagine. So giving back a little bit of time. Right, so Ninjembro heading to Mummy Statue Room, which is gonna be... Oh no, he's got the cane. There's no problems here.
He can't do Desert any further.
Yeah, we know that from DT's scouting of Desert that Desert is boots locked. So if Desert is a crystal, which we don't know yet, it will require the boots to beat.
Yeah, that's probably exactly why he put off doing Desert. Ooh, he almost took a death there.
We're getting a little dicey on the heart situation. I'll make a quick death warp here, though. Right, so it looks like DT is just going to check Hobo here and clean up this check.
Which was only 20 rubies, if I remember. No, he's going to Ice.
Oh, he's going to... No, okay, yeah. Ice is fully clearable with this layout, so... As Ninjembro looks like they are rescuing the old man.
Yep, also Kirby, that's just mean. Would be even meaner, though, is if one set of the boots was on one tablet and the other was on the other. I know it's not possible, but...
Yeah, so DT just having really great efficiency here, just going from one crystal dungeon to the next crystal dungeon to the next.
Yep, and old man will have 10 arrows.
Yeah, not quite in logic yet, but and you know that rescue isn't as incentivized now that since you already have the flute, but you know it is something. It might matter later on.
And just a piece of heart in the icebreaker chest. 20 rubies on top of Spectacle Rock. And Death Mountain gave us nothing. But he does have the hook shot, so there's the big key.
Yeah, so we're just getting into the juicy part of Death Mountain. We're gonna head over to Paradox Cave. We'll see if he wants to complete Tower of Hera, as we find the map to Swamp Palace on DT's side, giving us a little bit more of the puzzle.
I was seeing Ninjembro go down at first. I'm like, don't you go in the dark world.
No, yeah, he's definitely wouldn't without the mirror. He's gotta get these 7 items from Paradox.
There's a compass in the big chest, and 100 rubies and 5 rubies in the first 2 checks in Paradox.
Yeah, right on. And Ice Palace doing a better job than we ever could of explaining what MC Shuffle is.
Yeah.
As we are finding all of the maps and compasses.
There's the second bottle. Wait, I thought this was limited to 1 bottle.
No, there's more than 1 bottle. There may or may not be 4. I should have looked it up before I started the race, before I started coming, but
when I hear hard, usually they leave it at 1 bottle. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's as soon as I looked up the modes,
thank you, Kirby.
I just relegated it to hard mode is Ninjembra's problem, so I'll worry about it sometime, I guess.
Ooh, that was the cape on the floating island.
Yeah, I feel like did we scout Bumper Ledge? I feel like DT did.
20 rubies.
Yeah, so that cape's unlikely to be relevant, but definitely welcome in hard mode.
Oh, is he going to do the beam glitch here?
That's pretty funny. So there is a lamp on Ether Tablet.
Oh, that's mean.
And DT making very good use of these green potions in his boss fights, and making very short work of Cold Stare here.
There's the big key in Hera. You don't have. We're going to see Hera pot. And there's a heart container on the Cold Stare.
So DT extending his crystal lead over Ninjembro.
I don't think he set that up right. Nope, he did. Okay.
Nope. It's a pretty consistent setup, from what I've seen. I rarely see that one missed. I haven't learned that one yet, but from the runners who do it swear by it. So
I learned it. There's the 3rd bottle.
And so I mean, WJPDTB definitely living up to our team's name better than our own team, as their bottles have consistently been drunk or on empty.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda, oops, all bottles.
But yeah, those bottles do matter when you're in low heart green mail situations, so definitely the runners are glad to see them.
Get going hammer strats on the boss. Oh.
He's getting bullied here a little bit, but he ends up clearing up the fight as DT is following into Death Mountain.
This is either going to be a small key. It's Bombos.
Okay, all right. So that is potentially required if Meyer is a crystal, which we still don't know yet.
Yep. My prediction about all the. Oh, Swamp is a pendant. When did that get seen?
DT found the map to Swamp in Ice and apparently checked the map at some point. So.
Okay. And neither of the pendants we know are green.
Oh jeez, Drossi. Behave. I don't know if you were informed of the open league race that happened last night with that.
What happened?
So there was a bad hint on PED.
Oh no,
The
Bombos
hint,
was on it.
it was 10 bombs that said, make things go boom many times, which both players errantly assumed was the Bombos medallion that they needed, and both players hunted it. As Ninjembro does find the bow.
Yep, and yeah, boom many times. I think it's like circle of bombs or whatever, or like medallion with circle on it is the PED clue. For
Ring of Fire, I think. Yeah. Jesse's got it. Ring of Fire is the clue for Bombos.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was. I did not watch it, but I was told of it being pretty legendary in terms of the consequences to the runners in the seed. So, but anyway,
I imagine both runners were smacking their heads on the table when that happened.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely appreciate the devs having some creativity in the clues, but sometimes they hurt more than they help. So
yeah, like when it turns out you really actually do need the item.
yeah. So Ninjembro getting blanked in Super Bunny Cave, having Hookshot Cave, and then is going to pray that this is Ether as he goes to the right here, because that'd be really good. So.
Yep, and it is Bombos.
It's Bombos. So that Ether medallion that Ninjembro spent the early bomb Hyrule Castle for is going to end up not being required. So
yeah, this puts him in a bad spot.
Yeah, so now he's down 2 crystal clears and really is up nothing. So it'll just depend on whether DT is going to.
Sorry.
Whether DT is going to clear. Whether DT is going to clear Hera here, which I imagine he will, because you don't have access to the mirror yet. So the Ninjembro does have access to the mirror because he just got it.
That was a crystal on Eastern.
Yeah, so our only remaining unknowns are Mire and Desert, and it looks like with knowledge that Eastern and Pod are both crystals, that is where Ninjembro is headed next.
I'm still waiting for the fabled seed where the hook shots and hookshot cave.
And so DT did opt to just go for the more dense play and go for going straight to the Dark World after doing Paradox and Spiral Cave, but is going to get paid off here because he's going to get the mirror and he's going to have a chance to go over and do Hera, which he needs to do. We know we need this Bombos medallion.
Yep, we need was that the 4th bottle? Nope, that was 3 bombs. Okay.
And so assuming that he does that, we are going to be an Ice Rod only? Potentially an Ice Rod only from Go mode, maybe Boots if DP is required.
And it looks like he is going to go to Hera. Or not. He's going to Floating Island.
He must have forgot to check this or scout it when he was up here. Oh no, it's the cape. It's the cape. He wants it because it's the cape. Yeah. Clearly.
Yeah, it's the cape.
Yeah, I was like Ninjembro skipped out on it, so it must not be anything. But Ninjembro, being the god gamer that he is, just like I don't need no cape. So
God is dog spelled backwards. Oh no, he's forgetting. He's going to Hera.
Okay, no, I mean, but JP makes a good point. His routing philosophy. This goes right along with his routing philosophy that we've seen so far. Is that he just got that bow. He's got 2 clearable crystals in front of him, so off he goes. So that is definitely something that might be advantageous to Ninjembro as the seed plays out.
Yeah. Ninjembro took a huge risk, and it paid off by doing Hera.
And the runners having inverted sword and medallion counts. So
Yeah, really. And green mire is not required. There's the third sword. And also, thanks, game, for the compass that we no longer need.
Drossi saying that Ninjembro skipped the Eastern Palace big chest.
No, he didn't.
Oh, the big key chest. Okay, I guess it must have been a 50-50 gamble, and he just took it. So, and it was an item. So, assuming that's correct, that will likely be. No. There's no maps and compasses, so it's definitely an item.
And he's skipping it. He's not taking the. He's taking the risk.
Yeah, chat. You're so much smarter than me, guys. I know. Just a lot. I'm not used to talking in front of people. I'm just doing my best.
Yeah, guys, take a chill pill. You guys weren't this brutal when I first started out.
All right, so Ninjembro finally getting their first sword from back of Sahasrahla, and that puts DT on tempered. No, seriously, Chad, I appreciate the help. Appreciate the backup.
Guarantee I did have Lucian with me on my first one, so. That looks like we're going into Ice Palace.
Yeah, interesting call here. I guess Ninjembro just feels like Ice Palace is a little bit quicker than doing Pod, and a little bit more compact in terms of items. You don't have all the keys spread out. It's maybe hoping to go mode Pod later.
Dropping a bomb there. Not sure that was accidental.
So now both runners, Ninjembro is fully aware that he is go minus 2.
Yep, and rod and boots.
Yeah, and DT is aware that he is go minus 3. So we'll see how that incentivizes their play going forward here. And Torsoid with the obligatory, hey, you know what location can have those items? The pedestal. So I mean, might need some more even.
Oh, I've seen boots on Ped.
Well, that's true. And then another point raised by Chad is because Ninjembro is ardently refusing to go get the swords in Desert. He also does not know that Desert is boots locked yet. Though the way he's played, seems like he's assuming that Desert is boots locked.
Beautifully done, Icebreaker.
Yep, just textbook. It's just the way Ninjembro plays, no more, no less.
Again, props to the person who found Icebreaker. We love you. Those who hate doing Ice Palace don't have to worry about it if they have Cane of Samaria.
It's true. I mean, I was on break for a little while before League Season 4 last year, and Icebreaker had been developed in between the time I stopped playing and started playing again, and I had to learn it. It's a super cool trick. It saves a lot of time. What's not to love?
And it's one of the easiest glitches in the game to pull off.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. A lot of different setups, a lot of ways to do it. Pretty forgiving.
Thankfully, it doesn't cost a crap ton of magic to do.
Yeah, and Ninjembro did not opt to do Pod, I think, just off the incentive that there were a bunch of items here in Ice to go get.
Both runners, what am I talking about? DT did do Ice T, and it was nothing. Though Ninjembro has Bombos, so he can easily break Cold Stare out of the ice.
And Ninjembro dutifully emptying a bottle. And
And
wow.
perfect triple kill.
That was quite a fire rod shot.
Let's give a round of applause for that one. No, this is hard mode. There's no 4 swords. No mail either.
So I do like DT's aggressive play towards Helmasaur there. So now DT is headed back in to do the backup pod, and we'll see where Ninjembro decides to go next.
Come on, go to 3 or to 6. Nope, you're going to 5.
So heading back for pod after doing this, it's kind of interesting, but I don't think it's that time inefficient the way he did this. Mirroring is pretty slow, and you have to do it a few times. But I think just really wanting to put off that pod play until he knew that there might be an item that he needed from it. So
there's an item in the big key chest.
I wonder if DT is going to find that lamp at some point and be really annoyed.
No, he's probably going to be really annoyed when he realizes he skipped Bombos. I'm sure if his teammates are right now in the chat, they're screaming, "Go back to Hera!"
I've seen both JP and Willard. They trust their teammate. They know. These guys have been teammates for quite some time, so.
Neither runners picked up the lamp. The lamp was on Ether tablet.
And
that was
our
the
desert
map. Desert, but we already know what each crystal is now.
Yep, we have all of the knowledge, including of the 5/6s. So.
And there's a piece of art. Yep. The final item is on the big key chest.
So we have one more shot here at either Ice Rod or Boots.
We know it won't be Bombos because we already know where that is. And it turns out to be 3 bombs.
All right, so DT is here's where we're at. DT is up a Skullwoods clear, and is about to clear Eastern, which unless the Eastern big key chest has something.
It didn't. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. I thought you meant big chest, sorry.
Yeah, I made the same mistake when it was brought up in chat. Unless the big key chest is something, the rest of Eastern we know is empty. So then the question becomes, what's DT's next play?
Yeah, if there's something in the big key chest that you need, Ninjembro's in trouble.
Yeah, the Boots or Ice Rod there would be disastrous. That would put him in a real pickle.
Though Pedestal is looking a lot more likely too.
And there's still a lot of checks out there. We got all the mirror checks. We've got Swamp. We've got Bombus tab. We've got Purple Chest. There's a lot of stuff out there before the runners are going to be thinking pet. We've got all of Turtle Rock, which the Ice Rod could be in its summer home, as people like to say.
Yeah. I swear those runners last night will never ever live this down.
That is definitely going down into the rando deep lore. So
I'm sure those 2 runners are gonna wish that never gets posted on YouTube. Oh
no, it's all in fun.
Oh, I know. They're gonna wish that, but we all know it's going to happen.
In fact, it's not gonna stop them or anyone else from being salty about it, because it is kind of a crap clue, but
yeah. And when you're desperate to find your item, it's easy to make a mistake like that.
All right, so big moment here upcoming. DT is going to be checking this chest that Ninjembro skipped.
Yep, and it turns out to be the mushroom.
Oh no!
Well, taking a long drink now.
I'm in danger.
I'm drinking lemonade, by the way.
So, all right. So Ninjembro taking the same path is gonna still have to clear the back of pod, and then I'm gonna guess immediately going to see the mushroom turn in from DT as soon as he's done with Eastern here.
Yeah, it makes no sense not to. Doesn't matter if it's not in logic. We know where the lantern is.
Yeah,
You know, we were saying it's disastrous if Ice Rod or Boots are there. But here's the thing to think about too. We still need bombos.
Yeah, I mean it's true, and you question when DT will get back to Hera to get it, but I mean, when a runner like actively skips a location, like it's not like DT skipped Hera. You just like had better things to do, and there's still there's still Spike Cave, there's still the Ether Tablet up there. Like there's incentive for him to go back. Once Ninjembro is done here in pod, there will be almost no incentive for him to go back to get that mushroom. So
we might wait.
Yep, here we go.
GP. Oh, he should have done fake powder.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a play. I mean that's reasonable. Let's see what we got.
2 checks there. Oh, that's painful.
The potion shop has a unique item.
Oh. We're going into swamp.
Yeah. This is one of the more dense locations that DT has left, so sure. Yeah, I buy it. We're gonna also get to have a peek at Bombos tab here, which DT is hoping is vanilla, but we know is not.
Yep. Could be no, we're going to Cave 45.
Yep. Just clearing the stuff around swamp before swamp. Oh, and he hasn't checked the shovel yet either, I guess.
Nope. Other 5/6 crystal was that's a good question. Oh, it was pod.
Oh, that's true. Pyramid Fairy is in play. Alright, so Ninjembro off to check on Desert.
He's gonna
get some swords. Yep, and
hopefully
we'll determine whether he is go -1 or go -2.
And I think that was the other sword. It was in Cave 45.
There's a lot of there's a lot of green 20s that represent a lot of different items. So.
Wait a minute, he just got tempered. Where did he pick up Master Sword?
Nah, I don't know. It could have been that long ago.
It must have been in pod.
It was on Helma, apparently.
Okay. Oh, that was a 20 ruby drop on Helma. That's right.
All right, what do we have on the Bombus medallion or Bombus tablet today?
Wait. So we know where all the swords are.
Yep. So Ninjembro probably gonna head over and check checkerboard.
Also, sorry for cutting you off. I was like, wait, where did he get a second sword from?
Well, it was a good catch because I wasn't even paying attention. I just kind of mentally shortcutted that he was getting 2 swords, and then he got them all at once. So
Yep, and checkerboard is 20 rubies.
all right, so now the fun decisions come in. Ninjembro's got a pretty easy play into completing Skullwoods.
We haven't looked into Agena, have we?
No, DT did this earlier. I'm pretty sure when he made that early trip in a desert. No, he definitely did. This is nothing. It's like a 20 or something. All right, so DT making the first play into Swamp Palace, where we have a whopping 8 items.
This is a nail-biting seed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder, Ninjembro's hesitance to go back to Skullwoods makes me think that there's not an item on Moth. We would have seen it on DT, but it was a while ago, so I don't remember.
It was 20 rubies on Moth. It was nothing of importance.
Right, so it looks like Ninjembro is going to be pretty close behind DT and going into Swamp here. And just going straight in, no Bombos tab, no K45, gonna save those for later. Maybe in tandem with the purple chest that he already knows he needs to turn in, or wants to turn in.
Yeah, Moth had 20 rubies on it. It was nothing. He might be also trying to tie in Skullwoods with looking at the pedestal too.
I mean, he can do that at any time. So I'm not.
I know, but if he's got to do, I'm losing my train of thought.
It's fine. It's tough to keep track of what these runners' various paths were and what their thoughts might be leading into their choices.
Yep.
So
the Hera small key or Hera map, I mean, and the big key has the bug catching net.
And DT is going to be doing left side. Ninjembro is not a huge fan of left side. Situational. I feel like in this mode, knowing that there's no map or compass over there to get, maybe a little more incentivized. We'll see.
And we are going to be looking at the diver down.
Solid play there.
Yep, very 10 out of 10 there.
Yeah, I think in go minus. I think if Ninjembro's go -1, he maybe doesn't do LSS, but I think in go -2, now that he knows that from Desert, I think he does.
Yep, he needs Ice Rod. Yep, he is going left.
Yep, so there will be no divergence here. Any divergence that happens will occur after this dungeon.
I swear, this might come down to who can do GT better.
Yeah. There's some things out there for both runners. There's some traps that they can fall into. DT could potentially end up back into escape.
Also, Pyro. DT needs Ice Rod, Bombos, and Boots. Ninjembro needs Boots and Ice Rod.
Yes, and for those who may have tuned in late, Bombos is on Moldorm in Tower of Hera.
No, it wasn't. It was. I think it was in the. It was thinking it was Big Chest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I'm like. So they put off the Hera basement too. Ice Rod or Boots could be there as well.
It's also true. That would be pretty disgusting, and that would honestly probably be advantage back to DT because.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Iceman. You're right.
See, the trackers just know everything. We're just here to fill time.
And there's the 4th bottle. Well, 4th bottle from Ninjembro anyway.
Yep, and so Swamp Palace being a big nothing so far.
Boots are locking a key in desert.
And so both runners, assuming that Argus has nothing here, both runners are going to feel real bad about making this play.
Won't be so much if this is a peg seed.
Which we still do not know yet. So
yeah, well, there's like you said, there's like a billion item places still we can check. And Argus drops a heart container.
Big nothing burger on Swamp here. So, yeah. So it's just, this is where things start to get interesting. Is, there's a couple of checks that Gembro has done that DT has not. There's a couple of checks that DT has done that Gembro has not. And so, just where are these last items?
We are going to get a look at Big Fat Fairy by the looks of it.
Looks like it. DT heading straight to Pyramid Fairy, which also might incentivize them to do escape afterwards.
Yep. But I don't really blame them for doing Swamp first. 8 items over 2.
Oh, 100%. It just gives you a much cleaner route, too.
Yep. Knowing their luck, though, Ice Rod and Boots will be here.
I mean, Ice Rod would be great for DT because that would send him straight up the mountain to go clear Tower of Turtle Rock.
No, it would put Ninjembro though on go mode right
now.
No,
he won't be able to clear Turtle Rock because he doesn't have Bombos yet, so he's still searching. Yeah. Ugh. So but even Ice Rod not a bailout here.
Ninjembro's on your team, right? Or am I getting names wrong again?
That's correct. Ninjembro is my teammate. I am a member of Bottles on Empty.
Oh, just 2 pieces of heart.
The double nothing.
Oh.
So yep, DT headed into escape, so is going to give that time back to Ninjembro here.
We're getting a look at Dark Cross.
Yes, this is a new check for both runners. Both runners skipped this early on, so this would also be good for DT because this is kind of an isolated check for Ninjembro.
Yep, we already know it's the blue meringue here. Oh yeah, and these are in logic because of the fire rod.
Yep, they have been for a while.
I keep forgetting fire rod puts a lot of items in logic, and it's just 20 rubies.
Alright, so Ninjembro now making a check that is currently impossible for DT.
Yep.
And is going to be looking at 4 items in Misery Mire.
Yep. If Ice Rod is here, that means go to Turtle Rock, I believe. If Boots are here, go do Desert.
Chat's starting to get excited for the blind pull possibility here, which is seeming pretty likely. I mean, Ninjembro is about to pick up his 3rd pendant, and unless both the Ice Rod and the Boots are in here, that would mean that his next play is just going to be go get that crystal from Skull Woods and pull the pedestal.
Yeah, we do know that there was nothing on Moss. There's Ether. Now my question to you, if he finds the Ice Rod or the Boots, does he go and get the other items here, or does he?
I think you clear the crystal first before committing to.
You mean
to killing
the pendant?
Oh no! You were saying if he finds Ice Rod or Boots. I think either one is going to lead him to not killing the boss and just leaving and going to clear that respective dungeon.
Okay.
Matthew, we have not seen purple chest yet from either runner, though I think we have seen Smith from both runners.
Nope,
So-
just one.
Oh, just in Gembro? Okay.
Yeah. We haven't seen Magic Bat either. There's the big key. It's in its French vanilla location.
I mean, aren't all locations inside a dungeon French vanilla when we know that the big key is in the dungeon somewhere?
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Excuse you. Anyway,
sorry about that.
and Ninjembro wisely stabbing that Wizrobe who is gonna gank him for 4 hearts while we wait 400 minutes for this wall to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make a sandwich. Be right back.
Make it a make it a good one. Scary Olive will join you.
And in the big key chest, we have a small key. Oh, looks like DT is going up the mountain.
Yeah, this is the play.
Now, is he going to Hera or is he checking Ether, or is he checking Spike?
I think he's doing it all. I mean, he's got a nice series of checks up here that he's not done with the whole left side of the mountain. So
There's a small key.
Misery Meyer turning up nothing so far.
He can't do the boots glitch either because he doesn't got the boots.
And so DT's going to have a real interesting decision, assuming he plays all the way to this Bombas medallion.
And there's the lamp. There's the first shield that we get. I can hear Lana grumbling from here.
Alright, so DT into Hera where he needs to be.
And the big key chest. Okay. So Vitreous has to have an item. Doesn't mean it's progression though. He's taking a risk here.
And so
Hera
Ninjembro...
Basement definitely could still have the item they need.
Ninjembro did not get that spike chest.
What? What's
Ninjembro, the spike chest in Misery Mire?
Yeah, he did.
He did? Maybe he did in the first pass.
He got it. You mean on the right side, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, he got that. It was like 20 rubies or something like that.
Okay. Right, so we are on our way to Vitreous here. And we will have 3 pendants in hand, so if you're a pet believer, it's time to start getting hype.
Unless the Ice Rodder boots are right here.
Right,
Oh
so,
yeah, we also have the green pendant turn-in.
That's true. I'm sure that'll happen prior to. Well, maybe I'm not sure it'll happen prior to Ped because Ninjembro is incentivized to go get his crystal. Ninjembro taking no chances there, making sure he doesn't accidentally walk into an eyeball and die.
And taking 8 shots with the bow. That's the map to a pod.
Alright, so Ped is actually seeming pretty likely here, though DT is making the play directly into Turtle Rock, so Ice Rod being here would be pretty big for him.
Yep. And we're going to go get a look. No, we are not. He's
Nope.
doing he's doing Skull Woods probably, and then Ped.
Yeah. So, this is kind of make or break here. This is getting real exciting. This makes perfect sense from Ninjumbra's perspective. You got all three pendants. You got to do this crystal, and then Ped's right in front of you, just ready to be pulled. So. What haven't we seen besides TR? Drossi asks. Purple chest is kind of the big outlier that both runners have not done. Outside of that, Graveyard Ledge, and that's
Graveyard
about
Ledge,
it that I can think of.
Bonk Rocks. But yeah, but you can't get to Bonk Rocks or Kingston, no.
And green pendant check, the things that we mostly already discussed.
There's
so,
the ice
there
rock.
it is. Wow.
If the boots are on pedestal though.
Yeah, until we see the boots, this is definitely not over. But that ice rod is big advantage for DT.
Lumberjack was a shield.
Ninjumbre finishing off Mothula nicely, getting his $20. And now it's time to get your bless RNGs in chat, because here we go.
Yes, desert is boots locked. The key is on the torch. Yeah, that's what we're checking right now. And we know the hint is gotta go fast if it is the boots. Nope. Oh.
Just couch cash. All right.
That means that it is it's gotta be. It doesn't mean it's gotta be Turtle Rock, but.
Yeah, but there are 8 item checks here in Turtle Rock, including Mimic Cave. So we got the GP turn in.
It could be on Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, vanilla boots. Vanilla boots, anyone?
Is this even randomized then?
I would say so. Evidence points to yes.
And Sarsaparilla has half magic.
Nice, but not what he was hoping for.
Nope. Now where is he?
All right, so I imagine Ninjumbre doing Pyramid Fairy. This also makes sense.
Oh. And 20 rubies in the Mimic Cave.
So after Ninjumbre finishes this, it's pretty much just Graveyard Ledge and Turtle Rock, right?
No, we got.
Oh, and Purple Chest
Yeah.
as well. So no boots yet, but coming to the densest part of Turtle Rock is the Laser Bridge and Trinex.
Yeah, no one's fake powdered yet. Because Mushroom was used on DT's side, and Ninjumbre didn't pick up Mushroom.
And Spike Cave is still out there, that's true. definitely on the edge of my seat for this laser bridge. This could be decisive.
3 bombs. One of these items has to be the small key. There's the boots.
There's the boots. And DT is the first one to enter go mode at 116. With Ingembro going to be following behind into Turtle Rock, but this is a huge lead for DT right now.
Oh, DT's got to be careful now. He didn't. If he dies in Trinex, he goes back to the big chest. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Just empty a bottle. That'll get you out of it.
Just don't get cocky. Like so.
Oh, he's got a lot of hearts to give now. No, I mean, this is just a crushing lead for DT. All he'll need to do is flute to 6, quick desert clear, and then off to GT. And Ingembro has all of Turtle Rock to do, and he's going to get every single item check along the way because those boots are in the last possible location before that key.
I was going to say, throw in a magic powder to be on.
All right, so DT off to go get his 7th crystal. Ingembro going to be rapidly clearing all the Turtle Rock items as quickly as possible. But I mean, there is not a way that Ingembro can do this quickly enough that I think it's really going to matter against a runner of DT's caliber. It would take something disastrous on Ganon, on Ganon and Ganon's tower. Even a Ganon death or fall here, I don't think equalizes this. DT grabbing his big key from the right side. Ooh, and Ingembro taking a death in has a fairy, but that is a little bit of time taking death to the chomps. And so it's looking like DT is going to have his 7th crystal well in hand before Ingembro finishes Mimic Cave. So he's still going to have half a Turtle Rock while DT is on the way to finish GT.
Yeah, this might be insurmountable now.
Yeah, I mean, it's anything can happen, but honestly, at this stage, even as a bottles on empty player, I wouldn't want to see. I would not even want to see that happen to DT. What would be necessary for Ingembro to win this race?
Yeah.
All right, so it is time. It is that time for a game. So there are 22 item locations in Ganon's Tower where the big key could be. Go ahead and get your locations in chat, and we'll see who wins the everyone's favorite game.
I chose 22.
We haven't these runners had enough, Nira? Can you,
Nope.
can you ease up on him a little bit?
Nope. I don't think they suffered enough this seed.
Alright, so Jembro cleaning up Mimic Cave, DT climbing. I didn't put a guess in. I'll put in a guess. Well, I'll just say I'll say 9. Why not? Someone else already said 9 before me, so it's not like it matters. But it's just more fun to have skin in the game, you know.
Yeah, Amethyst is correct about that one.
Having to painfully slowly bomb that wall with no boots.
Yep, otherwise you can usually bonk that rock for that wall.
But not with pseudo boots, as I have found out more times than I'd like to admit.
Get your last numbers in, everybody. As soon as he gets in, that means that the numbers have to stop. No more numbers. Mask, you barely got that off in time, and I think you keep doing that on purpose.
Alright, so time to count. Key on 1,
2.
key on 2, and still off to the left. This is, I guess, I mean, we're probably doing full left, I imagine, but like keys, a third key.
Wow,
all the keys right up front. But yeah, I mean, usually keys incentivize a right play, but we'll see.
Don't be skipping that, Ninjembro.
This is important. Grab it. Don't die. 4, 5.
You can die now because you made an escape path.
6, 7.
Yep,
Nine
that's
still live. 22 also still live.
Yep, 20. So that's 7 so far. And these count as you can't go over. So.
Yep, 8. So next will be my guess here on 9. And we have a Trinex fight on exactly 4 hearts. Fun.
Yeah, he's got a bottle though, with health. And 10 arrows on 9.
I'm out.
Yep.
See ya.
I'm still alive. Yeah.
Well, then you can calm the rest of GT then. All right.
Hey,
so,
if I'm doing that, you have to do the post-game interview.
Deal. All right. So, number 10 is a rupee. 11 arrows. 12, 20, 13 more arrows. As Ninjembro successfully does not die to Trinex and picks up his 6th crystal.
Watch it be on the right side. And if Ninjembro does do full right, that's going to give him an advantage if this is on right.
And that is some of the time back.
So this is 14, I believe.
You are correct.
Ugh, you never want to do this fight without silvers.
It looks like he's fired off the appropriate number of arrows to get the quick kill, so... Nice quick kill there. 15.
20 rubies. 16 is small key. 17 is 10 arrows.
And we are off to the right side.
Oh my gosh, my guess of 22 might be right.
22 still live. Oh no. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool by DT. It didn't work, but I took note of it. I don't know if that's faster or not. I mean, I have no idea. I've never seen that strat before.
Of what?
Punting the Samaria block to put it on the switch over there on the right side.
It's not. I think he just did it for show.
He's punting Samaria blocks all over the place. Look at this guy.
18. 20 rubies. Theirs is at 19. So
19 is our winner. Who we got?
We got a bunch of 13s. Oh wait, I think Snuggle Butch at 17 is our winner.
Closest without going over?
Yeah.
Alright, GG's.
Because I don't see a 19 or anything lower. Or it's Joof and Snuggle Butch. They both said 17.
Yeah, weird that no one gets 19. You usually get a guess for at least one for every check. As Ninjembro picks up his 7th crystal and will be on his way to GT. We'll see where where DT's progress is once he gets that big key. Pretty sure Ninjembro is a full right person, especially when you get a key. So he'll get a little time back here.
Also, Snuggle Butch, if you want a ped seed, just watch me. I always seem to get those.
Yeah, there've been a lot of ped seeds this tournament. A lot of really interesting ones.
I've had 6 ped seeds in a row when I've been practicing before.
Jeez. And some ped seeds that were not actually ped seeds. Because explosions.
Yep, last night's a prime example. Oh, nice one
Beautiful
shot.
Kill. Love to see it.
Yep, little known fact by some people, tempered sword swings or spin stats are but gold sword damage, so. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, Ninjembro went ahead and did went into Dark World via the that one spot.
It makes sense. And Ninjembro about to open GT as DT is almost done with his climb. So that is a large gap.
Anything,
especially with the fact that Ninjembro is not guaranteed to go straight to that big key. Though with keys, a lot of runners will go straight right.
I have seen Trolldorm 2 be the death of a lot of runs. And he is going full right.
Yep, so Ninjembro going to make up a little bit of time here. Nothing for DT to grab, so he'll be skipping all the checks. And DT will be on Aga 2 as Ninjembro gets his big key.
I love the Sartorius and Minority music.
So let's see how the Aga fight goes. Got a 1, a 2. This is a nice lineup. This might be a 3.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That was
1,
a
2.
very nice one.
1, 2, 3 on Aga. Solid. And we are off to kill the pig.
How do you want your pig today roasted?
I imagine the only way that's possible with sword spins. So, not an effective cooking method. Would not FDA approved.
We don't know that. We don't know what the FDA is in Hyrule.
That's a good point. I don't know what it is, but that quote always makes me want to beat up Ganon more.
The one that he just said.
Yeah, you think you're so smart. I'm like, oh, Ganon, you gotta come into. Ooh, and a hug and a death.
He has a fairy though.
He does. Okay, I thought he used it. That was Ninjembro that used his fairy. Okay. Definitely nerves kicking in here in what could be a decisive game.
Ooh.
And we're down to another Oko situation. I mean, even one death here I do not think would equalize. And it seems like DT is just being much more careful.
Error 6404. That is awesome.
Alright, so we've got 12 spins here to kill Ganon. DT successfully getting Torch Glitch. It's 2. It's 5 off of a triple. Eight, just 4 more. $11, 1 more. And that's it. Go. Get your GGs in chat for In the Name of DT, who is going to finish with a racetime.gg time of 1:33:40 and is going to take this series for WJPDTB. GG's In the Name of DT, and we get the immediate forfeit from Ninjembro. So that is
I'm sorry you guys aren't going to a game 5, but this was a fun race.
Yeah, it was a great race to watch and commentate. You know, it's the way things play out. It's random, man. It's how things go. So let's go ahead and get the runners in here. It seems like they're both in setup. So, and we have our winner joining first In the Name of DT. GG's.
Hey, GG's. Yo, Ninjembro, GG's.
Yo, GG.
I just want to say right out.
Go ahead.
Thanks. No, I just want to say, like, I'm glad that you and I got to have 2 good races in this series. Like, not everybody doing a game 4 is necessarily going to match up with who they might have raced with in the first 3 games. So it was a cool 1-on-1. That Ambrosia seed kind of sucked that we had.
That Ambrosia seed was like still gives me nightmares.
And then like this one almost kind of like had the spirit of it by giving us like a fire rod with 4 hearts and Dark World access this time, and I was like,
yeah,
do we take the bait again and see what happens with Moth? But
yeah. Also, just wanna congratulate you on finally ending my reign of terror. I don't know if you were aware, but since joining the league in season 3, this was the first 1v1 I've lost.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I knew your record in this season, and we're on season 5 now. No, I'm not much of a stat person. JP would be the big stats guy on our team. But wow, that's actually, I mean, no joke, that is really impressive. So good for you on that. That's definitely noteworthy on its own.
Yeah, it had to end sometime, so I'm glad it was in a very, very good good playoff race and a good series. I mean, we were talking in our team chat, like going into the series, we were like, man, this really could go either way. And like, even like looking ahead, it's like no team is free in Invitational, but it's like we were like, there are possible like second round matchups that we feel better about than this one.
Wow. Well, I think possibly similar for us as well. Like you said, nothing's free, and whether it be playoffs or regular season, I don't think there's any doubt that there's any shortage of competition in the Invitational League. I think that's really an important thing to mention, that A Link to the Past Rando is alive and well, and the skill level is just so high, and really so many of these races could go either way at any moment.
Yeah, this was kind of an old school runner battle. I mean, I know that all of us old farts have been around this game since what, 2017, 2018?
Spring 2017.
Yeah,
I know Willard and I were in that tournament, and Ninjembro was in that tournament, so I mean, it's been a long time for a lot of us now.
Yeah. I remember in the race time room on our match last week, you were like, I need to ask, like, how long have you been around? Because I feel like I remember your name from forever ago, and I'm like February 2027 or 2017 or so, and you're like, yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah, I remember. Yep. I mean, you guys were some of the first people to race this game that I watched, and I was kind of drawn into it by Maniacal showing me this rando thing that Ninjembro was doing, and yeah, I was pretty soon to follow. So like even before the big boom, we've all been here. So, but yeah, this was really cool. This whole league experience. It obviously hurts to get bounced from the playoffs in the first round, but congratulations to you guys, and nice race, DT. This was definitely an exciting one to watch in terms of that ice rod and boots hunt for both of you. Just like y'all did all the obvious things, and then it was just like, all right, who's gonna spike? So
yeah, I mean that's where the stress really kicks in too, because it's like a handful of the crystals and a lot of the items were kind of nicely handed to us, I think, in this one, and then it's just, okay, I'm out of crystals, I gotta make relatively educated coin flips here, and every moment that's wrong becomes a little bit more stressful. So yeah, no, that's rando.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the like, after pulling that mirror out of Hookshot Cave, I'm just like, I can dip Turtle Rock here, but why would I? Like, and DT and I were talking a little bit in race time after the race, but like, we had slightly different knowledge at that point in time. So like, I guess you had said that you didn't have Bombos and you didn't feel the need to dip Hera because you didn't know what it was, but like, I didn't have I didn't have Eastern, like, I didn't have, there's just tons of knowledge I didn't have in terms of the map. So I was just like, I went into Hera before like pulling my bow and pulling the mirror, so I had that Bombos, and I'm like, I could go into this unbeatable Total Rock, or I can at least just go start doing dungeons.
Right.
Some of which like I could do, but like didn't feel good. Like I wasn't going to go into like swordless, low health, bad safety Ice Palace.
Yeah. Well, DT was actually in there pretty early, because one of the first things DT did upon getting the flute was to just flute to 6, and I guess wanted the knowledge of what was required for desert, and ended up with 2 swords out of there.
Yeah. Like, that felt bad when I got that sword, which was my tempered, because like, I went to Meyer Shed and to get the Meyer info like fairly early. Like I did that before dipping Swordless Skull Woods and finding my hook shot. So, but like generally, I'm not a runner that like flutes to 6 and then hops down just to scout the ledge and then flutes to 6 again. It just seems silly, especially without mirror, because like, what if I see something there, like, cool, like now I have to go all the way through this desert that I probably can't do for this one item when I have like the entire game ahead of me. And like, what are the odds it's actually going to be something like not super high? I mean, maybe because like it was available like early in the seed.
Yeah.
But like, so was everything else. Like, so it didn't feel particularly like prudent to check. But I mean, one, like that's rando, and two, like that's like a lot of people know, and like especially my teammates, like I am a very aggressive router. Like I route aggressively, I route fast, like I make very calculated skips. Like I won't always skip, like for example, Eastern Big Key chest, but like in this particular seed I did, because I'm like, it's one item, but like I still have like, 5 clearable dungeons, like not all of them crystals, but still like 5 clearable dungeons with a jillion items ahead of me, including overworld checks along the way. Like going to this one check just seems really bad, and if it happens to be the answer, like so be it. Like it's a little high variance, but
that also had us on the edge of our seats because that turned out chest you skipped turned out to be the mushroom. So it wasn't even like
Excellent.
Immediately like clearing the heart attack from me until DT was able to flute to 2 after. So
Yeah. I think the interesting thing though about like the early desert check that I made was just because of this being map compass shuffle, like the desert has a little bit added value then. Although still the chance of it being key locked immediately, and of course it was because there was the small on the torch. But
yep.
Like I jump down and I see the sword on the ledge. I'm like, okay, this is fine. Even if I get nothing else, this is fine. And then I open the map chest and there's another sword, and it's like, yeah, this is still fine. So,
Oh, that was a sword there. Interesting.
was that?
Yeah,
you found another one then.
Yeah, I had the one from Saha. Where was my master sword? Because
I think it was on Helma because you got the 2 swords.
Yes,
like right
that was
back
a green
to back.
20 for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Helma was
interesting.
a sword, and then the desert ledge was my tempered. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I had master sword at like 8 minutes. I guess it was pretty early.
Yeah, Ninjumber did a lot of swordless stuff that was seen by us as largely unnecessary. So
I didn't pick swordless for this one, Ninjembro.
Going all the way to the back of Skull Woods felt super bad because I was like, man, there's just a sword out there, like, which was correct. But I was like, maybe I'll like go like, I got the first 3 items and they were completely empty, and then I go to like the middle chest and it's a key, and I'm like, great, I'm really going all the way back to the bridge chest for one check and leaving something on Moth, and I was like, this is going to be nothing because that's how this game works, and like also like statistically, like chances are it's nothing, and I pull the hook shot and I'm just like, okay, like I see a world where DT doesn't get this for a long time, but that world quickly got shattered when I started pulling swords out of like I guess I'll just call them locations that other runners probably went to.
yeah.
like Saha. Which, although it turns out that Saha probably was not the one that you went to.
Yep.
But
No, I think Saha was right around an hour for me, 50 minutes an hour. It was pretty late.
Yep.
Yeah, but then I was just like, well, because I was like, depending on when you went into Dark World and when you found stuff, like you could also have gone into Dark World with no sword, and like I was like, well, maybe DT just refuses to touch the back of Skull Woods without a sword, and I just got this hook shot, but like you'd get funneled into it pretty quickly anyway because Mirror was on Mountain, so like you weren't going to find Mirror to access all of that stuff, so it kind of ended up not working out. Like it didn't break my way incredibly well, but yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely quite a race, guys. Thank you for putting it on. Let's definitely want to try and wrap up, but not before a quick discussion of what's coming next. So that is the end of the road for Bottles on Empty. It was fun. WJPDTB advances to the next round, and it will depend on who wins Game 5 between Divine Beastie Boys and Beats from the East as to what the matchups are. So if Divine Beastie Boys wins, then I believe that will be your opponent. Is that correct, DT?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I basically race whoever JP and Willard tell me that I'm racing, because like I honestly, like, between my work schedule and whatnot, like it's hard for me to keep up with all of this stuff. So I see they're both saying correct in chat.
Yep.
So
Okay. So I believe if Divine BC Boys wins, they will be your opponent, and if Beats from the East wins, then you'll be playing against Don't Forget to Track Us. So that'll be a lot riding, a lot of interesting stuff based on that game 5 between Divine BC Boys and Beats from the East. So make sure you guys tune in to watch that. I'm not sure when it's on the schedule for, but yeah, definitely keep an eye out for it on SpeedGaming, because you will not want to miss. You will not want to miss that. Game 5 is always exciting, and yeah. So that's gonna do it for us here, I think. Any final words?
No, just GG's again to DT, and your team put up an awesome series, and thanks to all the volunteers that make these restreams possible. Without them, there's not as much fun in this.
Well, thank you for that. And if you haven't got a chance yet, there was a lot going on in the race, didn't get a chance to talk to it, but do follow the runners. Awesome show they put on today, and that's going to go ahead and do it for us. So thank you guys. GG's again, and take care. Good luck in your future races, DT.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck in the rest of the playoffs. We will see you later. Take care. Have a nice night.